manning ability. So it's going to be very interesting to watch this 3C class develop, or this 3X class develop.
Well, I mean, the boats built on Long Island, the super boats, the activators, the progressions.
Yep.
They're rough water boats.
Yeah, they're all Linder design,
Yep.
and or derivatives of Linder design. And by the way, God bless George. He lost his daughter here about 3 weeks ago, and I'll be with the family actually for a memorial service at the beginning of December. And one other thing, I've been coming here now for 42 years.
Yep.
And this is the first year that we're saying goodbye to Jimmy Buffett. And
Yep.
It's funny. In his memory, it seems like the town is partying more than they did in the past. They haven't lost their party hardy attitude.
No, they haven't. They've lost their son, no doubt, Jimmy Buffett. Hey, let's get right to racing again here as we continue on the Zone 97.7 Sports Radio from the Porte Performance Broadcast Center and at the Race World Offshore Facebook live stream, brought to you by Maximum Inflation. It's the 42nd Annual Key West World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center. The boats are out. Let's get them loaded up. Let's just hit the Class 1 boats, who will start with the VX, V-Bottoms, and the Extreme Team GBS.
Class 1, Lane 1, the 47 Victory, 222 Offshore, Australia. Darren Nicholson, Giovanni Carpatella. Lane 2, the 48-foot Outer Limits, DeFalco with Mike Falco and Billy Moore. Lane 3, Monster Energy MCon, 438 skater, Myrick Coyle, Tyler Miller. Lane 4, DF Young, the 50-foot Mystic with Hugh Fuller and owner Throttleman Rich Wyatt. Lane 5, Pothole Heroes, John Tomlinson and Carlos De Quesada in a 49-foot Victory.
Yeah, Pothole Heroes retired early on Wednesday. There was a little contact.
Sea strainer problem they had.
Yeah, but there was a little contact with them and DeFalco. Mike Falco's team was working on that in the pits, and it was just it was a nick, but they had to they had to get that together before they got out.
They're getting the boats up on plane now. You see the V-bottoms you see on your screen now. The outermost one is the Team Farnsworth. Hancock Claims is the fountain. In board of them is the race-winning brands, the Skater.
So
and then there's another fountain, Team 25, that we can't see right now.
102 starts for the Cigarette Racing Hawk boat, the pace boat. Back here in Key West again as the Class 1 boats are up with the VX and Extremes. We're going to call Class 1 here for you first as they go around. They'll be doing 10 laps and 45 miles. 222 Offshore was your winner on Wednesday's first day of racing here in Key West. Now racing for the Southern
they're all starting together.
Continental Championship, and the green flag is up. Let's go green flag racing, and that means Allez Vite. Let's go fast here in Key West.
Here comes
for the
DF
World
Young.
Championships.
Throw a line across them, Rich.
Yeah, they got a phenomenal start, and they're accelerating almost identically. 3 abreast at the lead. Skater in the middle.
Yep.
222 on this side.
And this Mystic.
The Mystic is flying.
Now, will the biggest boat for the Mystic be an advantage? It looks like it's laid down.
As calm as it is, probably the smallest boat has the advantage at this point.
Inverted start from the finish. That means 222 Offshore has the inside line. That's tough going for everybody else because when they've had the inside line, they've been nearly unbeatable as we go on top with the X Insurance Helicam. And the X Insurance, part of our Boots and Boats concert on Saturday afternoon. Go to raceworldoffshore.com to find out the lineup and to buy your tickets. There's 222 Offshore and the rest of the fleet coming around now, heading eastbound towards the turn at Fort Zachary Taylor. A 3-pin turn at turn 1, 2-pin turn coming back into the harbor.
Giovanni told me the other day that he raced that boat for 5 years with Lamborghinis with Luca Fendi in Class 1, and he knows the propellers it likes.
Look at that boat running very nicely, just getting the right amount of air into Key West Harbor. A little bounce. You're going to get that chop coming back into the harbor. The varying conditions that
it's hitting every one of them. They're all going airborne, no matter how big the boat is. That hole is vicious right there.
Well, those are ever-changing holes. The cruise ships are coming in and out of here 3 times a week. So I mean, they get filled in, they get uncovered. Here comes 222 Offshore, lap number 1. They
Monster.
Monster Energy in second. DF Young in third. DeFalco in fourth.
Right there in the Rooster Tail Pothole Heroes.
And Pothole Heroes in fifth.
I got to imagine JBS is going to be. No,
They're right here. Nope. JBS is approaching.
This is
the skater,
race-winning
Viva.
brands.
Yeah. So it was race-winning brands, and Hancock Claims 1-2, and VX, and then JBS coming around. They're running unopposed.
I don't think Team 25 came out for the start.
Yeah,
the British fountain.
Check again. It looks like that might be them. Is that?
Oh, there they are, right there.
They are
Yep.
coming through. Or entry from Britain.
They had to
Team
lease an
25.
engine after they trashed that
Here we
engine
go.
the other day.
Thank you for coming. Great Britain as we go back.
Here's
on top.
Emcon.
Yep. Monster Energy.
Yep.
Class 1 438 skater built by Peter Ledden with the Mercury 1100 turbocharged engines, rudder and surface drives. Now back to the VX race with OC Racing.
No, that's race-winning brands.
I'm sorry, race-winning brands.
Out front, Bill McComb from Sarasota
And
on
Ed
the
Wendt.
throttles. Ed Wendt.
Yep. Hancock Racing behind them. Final race of the day here today. We've gotten everything out and pretty much on time, for the exception of a little bit of delay starting at the 12:30 because of a vessel that had trouble getting anchored up. Sitting there waiting, and we look at your leader in Class 1 continues to be Giovanni Carpatella of Italy, and Darren Nicholson from Australia in the 222 Offshore.
And
now,
JBS appears to be hurting it.
now it looks like Hancock Claims has just pulled around. Race-winning brands heading out to turn 2.
There was some concern that JBS might chase down the Class 1 boats, but it doesn't look that way the way they're running right now. And now back into the Monster Energy fan zone. So the Monster Energy buoys throughout the entire Key West Harbor where all the fans are watching this exciting race. And 222 Offshore is back through, continuing the lead
And
every
he
lap
comes
here
again,
today.
and he's flying.
Averaging 106.5 miles an hour on that lap. There they are as we look overhead.
DF Young.
Gotten by the skater of the Monster, Tyler Miller.
So second now is
Here comes DeFalco.
DF Young. There's DeFalco there in fourth. Monster Energy in third.
And Pothole Heroes.
It's been a long year for Carlos de Quesada. He won here in Key West last year with Johnny Tomlinson. The boat is being teched by the great Gary Stray. And they continue to struggle this year as they're in the back of the pack. They pulled off the course on Wednesday.
One of the rare Arneson-powered fountains ever built. Mark Wilson and his son originally set this up for Bill Mazzoni. And that's just getting better and better all the time.
Yeah, the Hancock is also flying the skater V-bottom seems to have dropped back quite a bit.
Yeah, the race-winning brands.
Actually, here it is.
The race-winning brands now falls back to second. We're 2 laps into their 8-lap race.
JBS is dead in turn 1.
Yep.
So they're down. And they're building a new skater.
I think it's completed.
But Jeff Stevenson said they're gonna turbocharge the big 16 power motors to try to prove their viability as a pleasure boat motor.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great poker run package.
Yeah.
You have more cylinders than anybody. And it's proven dependable. It's unusual for them to have issues like this. That's been one of the most dependable packages in Class 1 last year and this year in Extreme.
Team 25 with Robert Brockier from Southampton, UK. That's the Wicks boat. 42 Fountain. Kurt Widow is the driver. And here comes your overall leader once again, 222 Offshore, Australia Navy. Lap number 3 at 10.
Yeah, Darren referred to the boat this morning as a sweet lady.
Yes.
So, and boy, did he get that right.
Continuing to run just a shade under 106 miles an hour.
Yeah.
DF Young, looks like they may be holding on to second, and they do. 50-foot Mystic, Hugh Fuller and Rich Wyatt. The Monster Energy 438 Skater in third. As we watch them head into the harbor turn. Off camera, DeFalco pulls through in fourth. And Pothole Heroes close astern in fifth.
They want some more water.
Yeah, you know, it's funny with Gary Stray working on the boat. They're extracting the maximum out of it. It just doesn't seem to want to hook up and compete.
Right. And that's the boat that won here last year.
Yeah.
When Johnny and Carlos just took a very small advantage of another team's miscue in navigation and snuck to the front, and that's all they needed.
They've got a lot of sneaking to do right now.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, they got to sneak up, sneaky, and I'm not sure it's that easy. As we watch Hancock Claims again, VX boats coming through, but it's nice to see those fast B bottoms come back through the harbor for so many years. Instigator, Cooper Standard, great races. A lot of noise, but good noise.
I met Ed Quirk yesterday, who used to run the Canopied Outer Limits Medium Master. That was a very successful boat in its time.
You know, looking back over the years, the way they've loosened up these V-bottoms, the way they run, it's amazing that the stability they have as loose as they are.
Yeah, Richie, you remember V-bottom couldn't go 100 miles an hour.
Oh, no, and it was considered impossible to go 100 miles an hour for them.
Yeah.
Now they're running on the back 18 inches, and just there's nothing in the water, and they get around pretty quickly.
They do. I remember on Lake Pontchartrain when Reggie Fountain busted 107, we were all just, our eyes popped out of our head.
Yep.
Bye-bye, movie star.
That's right. All right, here comes 222 Offshore. One more time. We're not quite halfway into this race for Class 1, and they're checking out.
Yep, the sweet lady is performing.
Letting it drop off about a half mile an hour, 104.8. 222 Offshore leading after lap number 4, still 6 to go. In Class 1, here comes DF Young. What a beautiful boat. Monster Energy, a chase.
They're making up.
Yeah, they're closing them down. The monster boat.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I was talking to Tyler a couple of races ago, and
DeFalco in fourth, Pothole Heroes in fifth.
And here comes Pothole Heroes. Tyler mentioned that he's waiting for the winter to start his propeller program for this boat. So look out, folks.
Yeah.
There's a lot more coming.
Because I mean, he was talking about how he'll go and meet Myrick at his lake house in the morning before work to go run props.
Oh yeah. The homework that they do rivals really only Gary Stray.
Yeah.
And I think they're outstraying Stray right now.
I'm not sure when we last saw a Throttleman team owner come around as quickly as Tyler Miller.
Oh, wow.
It hasn't been that long. He was Rookie of the Year like 2018 or around, and the next thing you know, he's winning the national championship and now vying for back-to-back world championships in Supercat.
You know, every now and then one of them comes along. Alcone, you know.
Yeah, but he was a driver. Gilbreth was the Throttleman.
He was a driver, but I'm saying somebody comes along, Willie Diaz, whatever, who's just a cut above. And there was a movie called The Natural, all right? And we've had a handful, we've been fortunate to have a handful of them in the sport. Tyler Miller's right there. He is as good as I've ever seen.
Here comes your leader.
And though the thing...
In VX, that's Hancock Claims.
But the other thing that can be argued there is he's got a natural in the driver's spot in his boat, too.
Absolutely, but that's what naturals do. They win,
Yeah.
okay? They find a way to win. But he's a combination of really good talent and a work ethic that's just off the charts.
The tenacity.
Oh, and he wants to win. His competitive nature is just unbridled. I mean, he's going to tighten up Class 1, no doubt.
Yeah, make no mistake. Combine that with the passion and his acumen to gain the knowledge and put it to application. There's 222 Offshore. Back around lap number 5, halfway through this course. They haven't trailed other than at the beginning of the red flag lap on Wednesday.
So let's see what's happening right. Here's D.F. Young, and right on him is the MCON.
He definitely got a little closer, but still back.
Yeah, MCON's found something out there.
Right, but now look, they're going to run inside. I don't know if Rich and Hugh are going to close it down, but
Falco continuing to hold fourth here.
being in a 50-footer, they might want to sweep a wider turn.
And Pothole Heroes in fifth. 222 Offshore heading back out. A successful season on the UIM Class 1 series. Now coming back to Key West to
About to put a lap on race-winning Brands.
They are going around race-winning Brands.
Look at the
off
closing
camera.
rate on between those two boats.
Just see ya.
Yep. And there is a determined competitiveness to Giovanni as well.
Oh, yes.
And let's not make any, you're talking about an acumen for this sport. Giovanni's been around the world. He's working with Peter Muddy McGrath to get this boat set up. He comes out, walks the wall, he has a sense for the conditions and how to set the boat up. Working with Luca Fendi, worked with big budgets on Class 1, Lamborghini engines. Again, his knowledge is valuable, and the way they put it together in the Triple Offshore team, they all work together.
It all works. It's all working right now.
It is.
And
you would think there might be a giant ego. There isn't a giant ego involved,
No.
not at all.
especially with Darren. I mean, he's very down to earth.
Absolutely.
Now, I'm on the UIM Commonwealth, the Offshore Commission for the UIM, and Giovanni was attending the meetings consistently. He wanted to be up to date on everything, ask really good questions, and advanced the cause of his boat, among other things.
Hancock claims just 3 laps left in VX as we see 222 Offshore coming around, and coming around, they're going to lap race-winning Brands there.
Oh, they're already here.
They've already done it.
Yeah.
They're laying off just a bit, down to about 103.8 miles an hour. D.F. Young continuing to run in second.
Let's see what's happening between second and third. If it's tightening up, if Tyler's got something for DF.
Rich Wyatt, Hugh Fuller.
Now they've lost ground.
Maybe having to deal with,
And they lost ground because they encountered some traffic that the skater
the race-winning Brands boat.
race-winning
Yeah,
Brands.
here comes DeFalco continuing to hold fourth. We haven't had a position change yet in Class 1. Pothole Heroes continuing to chase DeFalco. And race-winning Brands had come through and all of that, and running in second in VX. And you can finish up your thoughts on Giovanni Carpatella.
Yeah, with Giovanni, he's not only competitive in the boat, he's constantly thinking about how to gain advantages all the way through. He's talking to the race officials and the UIM and so on, just trying to stay up to date on every detail, every rule, to see where they can gain some kind of advantage. But I'm also noticing, as we look back on the season, going back to Cocoa Beach, the DeFalco boat, which right now is mid-pack, has come a really long way. They were having trouble just finishing, just starting.
Well, I think that was as much because Chris Hanley was in the boat, and he's from Australia, right?
That was
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
That was part of it. Part of it was the boat was unused for years.
Right.
And every little gremlin and mouse hole and whatever was coming out, a little bit of corrosion here, a little torn wire there, and every little thing was breaking. And right now they've got the thing to where it's running competitively and staying together. So now we'll look for them to get better next year.
Boy, look at the way the back of the pack that struggled early in the year in Class 1 came together, and everybody was competitive. And if you get Pothole Heroes back up into that in the midst, of who knows what happens with the other team that Gary Stray puts together, get it back in a livery, and quite a season in front of us next year with 222 coming back as the world champion.
Well, you have that Norwegian team.
Yes, but we've been expecting them for 3 months now. So
Once again, here comes 222 Offshore.
just flying, just beautiful.
On a
The
Friday
attitude-
afternoon cruise.
The attitude, the attack angle on that boat, it's just that much better, higher in the water, less drag, just a magnificent riding boat.
And the Hancock Claim. 2 laps left for VX. We saw DF Young cruise through on
Where's
the backside of,
Where's MCON?
Yeah, where is him?
Right here.
Here he is.
All right.
and
Yep.
continue to kind of fall back just slightly. Monster Energy MCON team. The Monster Energy Class 1 team, Tyler Miller and Myra Coyle in third, DeFalco now in fourth. As we watch 222 Offshore head back out to turn number 1.
Yeah, Billy told me the other day he tried something that he did 15 years ago on another boat with the Falco and it worked. You just never know where you're going to find something.
Race winning brands now. 2 laps to go in VX class. JBS out early in this race. No
Bill
longer
McComb's
out.
son is the marketing director for the Race Winning Brands group.
Uh-huh.
And that's how the sponsorship came about, because it's Corsa, it's like Edelbrock, it's all these well-known. Dart, I think, is on there.
Yeah, performance companies.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, he was in the conversation regarding the acquisition of heads. There was a head shortage for these engines, for the Super Cat engines and the Mod V engines, and he's been working to solve that problem. Getting back to it, it's interesting you said the comment about a little change from 20 years ago and so on.
Yeah.
So little has happened on the big picture since probably 30 years ago in terms of true development.
Right.
It's all incremental now. It's all just fine tuning. And a lot of things have been forgotten.
Well, that's even what Tyler said to me after one race. He said, we got through the big things. Now it's all the little things.
Yeah, and that's where it is. That's where you win or lose.
Yep, there we look at the race winning brands continuing to run now back out to 1. We saw 222 Offshore coming back into the harbor, and after this lap, they'll have 2 left to go. It's all done but the racing, but they've got to, that's the first time they went up.
Yeah.
They came through, weren't able to keep the boat stuck to the water. And here it comes, 222 Offshore.
It just never gets out of shape, though. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, they're
But
just.
when you look at the minimal water contact, that thing is just tippy-toeing on the top of the water. It's just perfectly set up.
Nice attitude as well for DF Young. They got to like their place here.
And I bet
heading
they
into
barely talk. I bet they barely
they don't
talk.
have to.
DF Young setting up nice for a potential podium finish on the final day of racing with double the points. And Monster Energy as well. They've already been on the podium once.
I'll tell you who else has stepped up this year is Herb Stotler with this DF Young boat.
Falco up to third. Oh, after a second the other day. That Pothole Hero.
Something happened to the Monster Energy team.
Where's Monster? Yeah,
Falco, great shot, big day.
Here's Monster.
And they're
Monster limping
coming
along.
in.
They're limping along.
Could have had a Guardian issue.
Yeah.
Possibly. They do not look like they're up on
No,
full power.
they're not at full song at all.
That's a big day for DeFalco after getting bumped out of the podium the other day. Now they can head up. And
I thought DeFalco finished second.
They got penalized.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they
there
got
was
a
a
penalty.
penalty.
Yeah, well, lane infraction, I believe, is what they got called for.
Oh, yeah.
I believe
Hancock,
on turn 1, they got in the way of MCON on the very first day there.
Hancock
Okay.
and DeFalco, Pothole Heroes, now running in fourth. Team Farnsworth Hancock Claims and Race Winning Brands out for their last lap. Pothole Heroes, Carlos De Quesada and Johnny Tomlinson.
As
we watch them head out to turn number 1. So after a disappointing finish in Gradell for Billy Moore in Supercat after leading early, they've got to be happy to actually get back on the podium. Mike Falco and his team worked so hard. We'll launch that victory hole next year as we look at 222 Offshore coming down for the penultimate time here today. Looking for the white flag with just one lap to go after they come through into the Monster Energy fan zone. Look for the Monster Energy buoys here in Key West Harbor as it straddles all of the watching areas from Fort Zachary Taylor all the way down to the Harbor Hotels here right at the start-finish line. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the Key West World Championships. 222 Offshore.
In the final lap, it would appear, but unfortunately there we see the JVS being towed in.
1,100 horsepower twin engines, 16 power engines.
DF Young looks like to be continuing to hold second place.
Solid day, moved from third to second where they stayed. It's lap number 2. DF Young, Rich Wyatt, and Hugh Fuller. And now holding on to a solid third to Falco, Mike Falco, and Billy Moore in the outer limits. Pothole Heroes, though, close enough to be a bother.
Yeah.
Watch them.
And don't you think Billy knows that Johnny's there?
Oh, absolutely. There's Hancock claims the Team Farnsworth boat will be campaigning this and the Supercat that they just acquired, the 40 MTI next year. As they come through. Should be a checkered flag, Joey, for those guys.
I have that as well.
That didn't seem to slow them down.
No, not at all. And yeah, I wouldn't even. You might see him take another lap just for good measure. A couple laps off the pace. Our entry from Britain, Team 25, and now coming through and falling off the pace. Yep, back in 5th place now. Monster Energy. Something went bad there.
It doesn't sound bad, but it's just it has no power.
Whoa!
That hurt.
Race-winning Brands takes second here today.
That was some side impact.
So here we go. This will be the day for 222 Offshore, Australian Navy. All the way from Australia, Darren Nicholson. All the way from Italy, Giovanni Carpatella, his throttle man. Peter Muddy McGrath helping his crew chief. What a squad they have. They'll win here today in Class 1 for the second straight day in the Key West World Championships. Presented by Performance Boat Center. Low average 104 miles an hour. 222 Offshore, ladies and gentlemen.
And they did what was needed to be done. They took the lead and advanced their position.
That's all they've done.
Handily.
All year has been a dominant boat.
Handily.
That's,
It's just
one of those things you watch it goes by, you just kind of laugh and shake your head like, wow.
the term "sweet lady" could not be better applied.
DF Young, Rich Wyatt, and Hugh Fuller will take second today for the Southernmost Continental Championship.
And in a complimentary way, I still say Rich is an underrated throttle. Underappreciated, let's put it that way.
And Herb Stotler is underappreciated as well. I mean,
Rigger and
he's making that thing sing.
DeFalco will hold on and take third. And Pothole Heroes with the 4th. Monster Energy still to finish. We'll hold on to 5th. And I think once they come through, that'll be it. As Team 25 is still a couple laps off the pace. And the lone boat out there after the Monster Energy team. Most disappointing for Tyler Miller and Myra Coyle after being second first around on lap number 1, then third for most of the race, only to fall back on that 9th lap with something going
to lose the podium.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug.
It makes the standings for that podium. Obviously, Offshore Australia is the class of the fleet, and they're doing their thing. But it makes the rest of the way real interesting. You're going to have DF Logistics sitting in the podium right now at second, 1 point ahead of DeFalco, and then just 7 points back of them is MCon. So we're going to have all three of them coming in within 8 points of each other for Sunday's race, fighting for the pretty much. That's might as well be all tied for second right now.
Man.
And with double points.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying might as well be all tied for second. 8 points means absolutely nothing because you only have five boats running, so you only have 4 extra points to get off of that for the extra point for a boat you beat. So in the long run, 8 points is really not going to make a whole lot of difference. Either you're going to beat them or you're not. So it really comes down to who wins that for the second, third, and fourth there.
Now, mathematically, could Pothole Heroes still get the podium?
They could. They're at one they're about 35 points back of DeFalco. So yeah, they're going to take 2 places above DeFalco. Beat. If you're doing that, then you're all of a sudden popping in there. But DeFalco's sitting second right now at 168, 137 for Pothole Heroes. I'm sorry, 134 for Pothole Heroes. So they're right there on it. It's anybody's game for the podium.
Yeah, we just watched. Yeah, we watched a couple of VX boats take victory laps, and that's it. As we look at the Cigarette Hawk pace boat, I think Monster Energy coming back around. They've got some things to sort out between now and Sunday. That boat will see it tonight, as well as all of these other boats on Duval Street for the big street party. Come on out for that. That's one heck of a show. All of Lower Duval, Green Street down to the Florida Powerboat Club's Poker Run Village, and a lot of equipment, a lot of cool stuff to see. And right now, waiting 222 Offshore to grab their checkered flag here in Class 1, a second straight victory for them here today. So again, we'll look to see out on Duval Street tonight for the incredible street party. Your top 3 boats here today: 222 Offshore in the first spot, DF Young in second, and DeFalco top 3 in Class 1. Team Farnsworth Hancock Claims your winner in VX. Race winning brands in second, Team 25 in third, and just a lap out there for JBS Racing today in the extreme class.
So now the big conundrum is this Key West. And Key West is known for breaking hearts.
Of course.
So at this point in time, we have a dominant boat after 2 days.
2 of them.
And I don't know how many times I've seen the dominant boat after 2 days with a broken heart on Sunday afternoon.
Actually 3, because you got Jackhammer, you got 222, and you have MCon, Monster Energy, and Supercat.
And
you bring up.
I sometimes think maybe that's not where you want to be.
Well, there's a few of them that are creeping up there too. You got Billy and Jay sitting in the WHM in podium status right now, sitting in third place, despite a third place and a fifth place finish. And if anybody knows how to break hearts, it's the WHM team.
Absolutely.
And MCon, if I'm Myrick and Tyler, I'll admit, I'm looking at them going, God, they're that close to me? Yeah. They're sitting that good again. It's not really as close as you would think as the rest of the battle, but some of these teams, like you said, with today's Offshore Australia 222, they're well out in front of the point standings. So is MCon because what happened to Graydell today. That changes a lot of things in that retrospective. So really, it's MCon well out in front in the battle for the rest of the podium in some of these classes here. But the Jackhammer is one of those ones that cannot sit back and just relax. Because Northwing is creeping. And the Hulk, they've been heartbroken so many times. Maybe it changes the name. Maybe it changes their luck this time around. And they don't get the heartbreak and break somebody else's heart this time around. So it'll be really interesting. You're right. Some of these could really turn out and swing a crazy way come Sunday with double points.
And that's why Key West is such a challenge. It is to win a single race. You set up for a certain course. You get out there, you do your thing. But to hit the same course 3 times in a row, changing weather conditions, it's not easy. I don't care how good you are. It's not easy. And if anybody can dominate 1, 2, 3, they'll be the exception rather than the rule.
Absolutely. Don't disagree with that at all.
There you go. Great racing today. Got it all off without a hitch. Super stuff. And that was cool watching the diver drop here. Sean Steiner and J.R. Anderson's safety crew, top notch here. They get a cool dip in the water. You come back to the pits. And we'll be back on Sunday for the final day of racing. All the points, tally them up, and hand out the World Championships on Sunday. Rich Lures, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again on Sunday. Glad to be with you again. And we'll come back and wrap things up. Still a lot more to go. We got the podiums for Class 1, VX, and the Superstock boats and more as we recap today's racing in the 42nd Annual Key West World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center. This is the Race World Offshore live stream brought to you by Maximum Inflation CO2 inflatable cartridges.
Hey Key West, Danny Hughes here from Two Friends Patio. I love live music all day, every day. And that's exactly what we have. Breakfast, lunch, happy hour, and dinner just seem better. An Eggs Benedict or Key West shrimp is more pimp. Beer tastes more cheery. You ameliorate a steak. And you're eating that food, drinking that drink, enjoying the music, and you're sitting in Old Town Key West, the best damn place in the world. So meet your friends or make your friends at Two Friends, 512 Front Street in Old Town Key West or twofriends.com.
After the roar of your boat motor has subsided, but you want to keep your engine running, stop by Fairvilla Sexy Things Key West, 524 Front Street. Why not keep that excitement in your day? Fairvilla Sexy Things is your intimacy and wellness resource. Plus, they have the sexiest lingerie, the best party supplies, and all your bedroom necessities. Sure to keep you revved up and ready for action. For store locations and online shopping, Fairvilla.com. In Key West, every day can be a winner for you at Fairvilla Sexy Things.
The sound of performance, that's what drives us. When Scott Porte set out to build the most technologically advanced hydraulic transom lift system, he pulled out all the stops. The Porte R-Series high-performance hydraulic transom bracket is the world's most advanced outboard transom bracket. After Scott won another world championship, the race governing body declared the Porte R-Series an unfair advantage. The Porte R-Series cockpit-controlled hydraulic transom bracket has the same DNA as our industrial commercial series. Maximum horsepower 750 per engine. Maximum weight capacity 900 pounds per engine. Maximum number of engines unlimited. Besides numerous national, world, and sanctioning body championships, the Porte R-Series just won Top Gun status by setting the open cockpit outboard powered catamaran class at the 2022 Lake of the Ozarks Shootout. The unfair advantage keeps on winning everywhere it goes. Let us design one for you. Visit us online at porteproducts.com.
And now we return to the 42nd Annual
Okay, hi again, everybody. I'm Rick Lopez. A lot of races today here, Joey. Great news. We had no accidents out here today. We had one boat that stuffed, but everything was okay. But other than that, I mean, a very solid day of racing here.
Very few breakdowns. Really, really, like there was a lot of clean racing, a lot of exciting racing. There was at one point in that Supercat class, they came by. They were 3 wide going right by the spectators here. That was something else to see that. That was some high-paced action right there. And there's a reason that, again, I always say it, but there's a reason the Supercats are kind of the premier class, because you get racing like that with 3 boats coming by. I mean, heck, you look at that whole fleet of them outside of a couple of breakdowns there. The 1 through 7 boats were all within half a minute of each other. That's racing right there. That's what it's all about. So it's some really exciting stuff there. And same with the super stock to end the day. I mean not the end of the day, but the 230.
Right.
What racing that was too. Team Big East was really getting pushed along there the whole way along by North Wing. 2 great boats there trying to chase down the jackhammer. That was some exciting stuff as well. So it was some real exciting racing coming into that afternoon.
And that's an interesting point to your point where there wasn't a lot of breakdowns in that super stock class that went off at 2:30 today. We had 11 boats. All 11 made it back from Wednesday. Everybody got through again today.
Yeah.
There was no breakdown there. Jackhammer in that class is going to be on the top of the podium again for the second straight day. But what was really interesting was that battle for second and third between Big East Construction and North Wing, and that went right down to the wire before Big East was able to nose out North Wing for that second place spot.
Puts them both on the podium too right now. Coming into the day, North Wing is now sitting in second place overall at 186 points, 30 points behind Jackhammer right now. But just, let's see, 17 points back of North Wing is Team Big East right now. So they're right on their tail. Celsius still has a shot at 144 points. They're right there as well. So there's some real exciting racing that's going to be coming down here last day. Bermuda could throw a wrench in there. Performance Boat Center. I mean, Myrick has been killing it in the MCon. I mean, absolutely has some great races in the MCon, especially in the Supercat right before winning it. This Class 1, he's run well in the Class 1, but the Performance Boat Center, which is his original boat, the one that he won the first World Championships in, man, they're sitting with the 6th today, 9th after the other day. They're practically out right now. It's crazy to think in such a big fleet that the Performance Boat Center not only needs to win, but they need a lot of help from teams like Team Allen Lawn Care, LPC Racing, maybe even a little help from Coco's Monkey or Allied. Heck, McCurry's could do some work, but you need that bottom of that fleet for teams like the PBC to make a run here. So it's kind of crazy to see them that low, but it just shows the level of experience that these guys are getting in this super stock class and how it's just raising the bar and making it real exciting.
In our last race of the day, we sent out the Class 1 boats. Now, remember on Wednesday, they started at 10:45. So they got the switch all the way to the end of the day. But just like on Wednesday, it was the Australian team, the Australian Navy. I mean, another great run out here, Joey, and another first-place finish for the guys from down under.
Yeah, there's the reason that they're already the UMI champions. There's a reason that they've already got the title. We're very fortunate to have them come here and win this title as well. They don't have to be here. They've come a long way to put on a show, and they're obviously the class of the fleet, class of what we've seen here. I mean, that boat, you hardly even hear it go by as fast as it's going by. It's kind of like a zip, and it's gone. It is something else to see. It's truly a spectacle, and it is done very well this week, but it's not over yet. They still got to finish off Sunday and double point day.
Who can catch them there? DF Young had a good day today. They had a 4th place finish on Wednesday, finishing second today. And then DeFalco, who has a 3rd place finish today, had a 2nd place finish on Wednesday. How can those two teams get in the mix here?
Well, DeFalco actually got penalized and dropped the 3rd the other day. So MCon finished in 2nd the other day. So right now, it's pretty much the Offshore Australia's to lose right now. They're well ahead of the curve. You got to think they're sitting at 210 points. Next back is 169, so that's 40 points back. That means they finished in 2nd place. Even if they fall to 2nd on Sunday, that they're still national champions. And for that matter, 3rd place pretty much does it for them as well. It'll be really tight if DF Young or DeFalco can come up to win that race. MCon's within striking distance as well, but the 3 of those boats had to go 1, 2, 3 and knock Australia Offshore all the way down to 4 in order for one of the 3 of them to take a podium. And they have to finish, 3, it doesn't matter. Pothole Heroes could be the real dark horse in this, and they finished top 3 with DeFalco, MCon, or DF Young. Australia Offshore could potentially not be your world champions. Now, the way we've seen this boat running today, let me ask you, what do you think the chances they don't finish in the top 3?
Right. Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the nicest, sweetest boat of the week so far, not finishing in the top 3.
Right.
That's crazier things have happened.
Right.
25% pieces have broken, but I don't think this is one of those boats that's going to just break down like that.
And by the way, you mentioned Pothole Heroes had the 4th place finish today. Remember, they were involved in the collision with the X-Insurance number 11 boat on Wednesday. That X-Insurance boat flipped, and you're going to actually see that out on Duval Street tonight, where you'll see some of the damage on it and all that. They're going to show. X-Insurance number 11 boat could not go today. Pothole Heroes, who did not finish on Wednesday after that collision, they get back out in a 4th place finish today.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Pothole Heroes just had a little bit of rubbing. Maybe there wasn't a whole lot of damage to them. I think it was more the impact of the splash and everything around and everything that could happen with that. So, yeah, it's not so much that, the X-Insurance flipped. They went straight over. Their back engine is completely exposed. There's damage to the nose. So, yeah, the X Insurance is not getting back. There's no way you get that refiberglass and refix before this week. So that put them out. Pothole Heroes had just a slight bit of damage, and they were able to get it back up. And hopefully they can get even better come Sunday.
Yeah, we're getting ready to head back over to the podium. We got more podium presentations here in just a moment. A quick look at Extreme, Joey, the Farnsworth Hancock team, second straight day, second straight first place finish.
It took them a second, though. It took them a second to get past that race-winning Brands there. Had a great first lap, but then you're right. Farnsworth is just the better boat in that class right now, and they showed it again today, and they've got a very strong advantage over the two teams that slipped second and third in the first race. So they're also their race to lose right now.
One of the cool things when you come out here and you're on the outer mall with us enjoying the races is after we hit our break after the different races that go off, we have the podium presentation, which is really, if you're coming up the mall towards the VIP area near the end of the mall, it's on your right-hand side. Todd Swafford is over there right now getting ready to hand out today's hardware, and see all the teams that finished first and second place, and guys will get their coconuts, Joey, and
Coconut Man.
Yeah, Coconut Man. Watch the slicing there. There's a lot of coconut shrapnel over there after today, so be careful when you're walking around the podium presentation. So Todd and the crew are getting ready to set everybody up, and I love this feature, Joey. This is really great for the fans because they're able to see them. All righty, and well, we're about ready to head over there for the podium, the final podium presentation of the day here at the 42nd Annual World Championship Offshore Powerboat Races.
Final presentation for the Southernmost Continental Championship. Here, the second day of racing for the 42nd Annual Key West World Championships, presented by Performance Boat Center. Welcome to the Monster Energy Award ceremony here for our final race of the day. Let's get a start with the guys that have been waiting the longest, our super stock teams. Fantastic racing out there. All boats finished up today. Let's get right to the podium. And finishing in third place today in super stock class, Team North Wing. Congratulations to Darren Kittredge, Casey Boaz. Completely redesigned 32 Doug Wright with the Mercury Racing 300R engines. Big win there today for them. Moved up during the day. Started 6th, up from 5th to 4th, finishing in 3rd. All of our competitors thirsty today, and the Coconut Man is serving up freshly cut coconut, the official coconut of the Race World Offshore World Championship. Second place today in Super Stock Racing, Big East Construction. From Canada, Cole Liable. Super Stock Guru, Gary Ballou. We almost lost him there to a flying piece of shrapnel coconut. Big East Construction. Second place today in Super Stock class. And now, first place today. They just continue to win. Big week in Key West for Team Jackhammer. Reese Langheim, Julia Maldonado. First place, second straight win here in Key West in the Southernmost Continental Championship Cup. Jackhammer, your winner today in Super Stock class. Hoist your coconuts. Victory is sweet, especially when you're driving a Victory Hull, just like Jackhammer and Big East. Congratulations to North Wing. Third place here today, Big East second, and the winner for the second straight day is Southernmost Continental Championship Cup goes to Jackhammer in Super Stock class. All right, thank you very much, Superstock teams. Let's move on as we continue our podium presentation and wrap up our second day of racing here in Key West for the 42nd Annual World Championships. Let's move to VX Extreme Racing. Just finished up racing with Class 1. Third place here today in VX Extreme, the V-bottom class, Team 25. Team 25, congratulations. Coming all the way from the UK, team member, Team 25. Yes, Southernmost Continental Cup. Save that coconut and take it home. Yes, thank you very much. Team 25. Second place in VX. Number 11, Race Winning Brands. Race Winning Brands, second in VX class. Coconut Man, busy at work. Somehow he just gets better and better at that. And first place today in VX Extreme, Hancock Claims Team Farnsworth. V-bottom racing at its best here in Key West for the World Championships. VX Extreme, and this is your podium. Third place, Team 25. Second place, Race Winning Brands. And fourth place, third, and the championship here, first place going to Hancock Claims, Team Farnsworth. VX Championships here. Wrap up Sunday for the 42nd Annual Key West World Championships presented by Performance Boat Center. Time now for our final race of the day, the UIM Class 1 Series, coming to Key West for a 3-day World Championship. For Race World Offshore, their series already decided during the season. It was very exciting for their worldwide series. And now coming to Key West for the legendary World Championship. Let's welcome to the podium our top three finishers. In third place today, welcome from New York, DeFalco Racing, Mike Falco and Billy Moore. And ladies and gentlemen, this is for the final time for 2023 that the Coconut Man will be on the podium here in Key West. He's the official coconut of the Key West World Championships. Big round of applause for the Coconut Man, folks. My man. Second place today in Class 1, the 50-foot Mystic, D.F. Young. Rich Wyatt, Hugh Fuller, congratulations to the podium. Second place here in Key West in race day 2. Second place today. It's just milk, guys, just like the Indy 500. Well, it's coconut milk. First place for the second straight day, with the exception of one red flag lap. They've led every lap here in Key West over 2 days. Your winner in Class 1 for the Southernmost Continental Cup Championship and atop the points lead heading into Sunday's race final, 222 Offshore. Giovanni Carpatella from Italy, Darren Nicholson from Australia. They're your reigning UIM Class 1 World Champions. And your podium for Class 1 racing here today. Going out globally on the Race World Offshore Facebook page to our live stream audience. Thanks for joining us and watching today's race. We'll have a quick word with the champions immediately following. Big hand for your race winners here. Podium in Class 1. 222 Offshore, D.F. Young, and DeFalco, Class 1 winners here in Key West at the World Championship races. Ladies and gentlemen, guys, can we get a quick word to the audience? No worries. Darren, hey Darren. We got anything in there for you or no? Yeah, not quite yet. Giovanni, I mean, you had to be looking at those boats running in the morning with that outgoing tide thinking, are we going to get that chop? But things kind of laid down. I think you probably might have liked some of that, but you didn't get it. The boat ran flawlessly again.
Yeah, we have thinking about the new setup today because yesterday, for our point of view, we don't have too much speed in the straight line. So we working in a different way. With the propeller and ratio, and we got it. The sea condition is not the same as yesterday, but was good. For our boat, it's perfect.
And quite a run for 222 Offshore. Darren, it's not just you and Giovanni. You get into the pits, you talk to your crew. What a great group you have. You also got your good mate, Peter Muddy McGrath, on board, but the entire crew is a huge part of what you guys and win. 2 Offshore, Australian Navy, not only winning the World Points Championship, but coming to Key West and taking 2 out of 3. One race left to go, and it's Sunday. It all starts at 10. Watch it live right here on the Race World Offshore Facebook page with the live stream. Cheers to 222 Offshore.
And also you can hear all the action and the finale on the Zone 97.7 WAVK as our coverage on Sunday will start just about at 10 a.m. Our coverage of the 2023 World Champ Powerboat races here in Key West has been brought to you by Porte Performance, Lichty Marine Marathon, Keys Auto Center, X Insurance, Fast Boats, Boots and Boats Concert, Florida Powerboat Club, Two Friends Patio Restaurant, We've Got the Keys, Pepe's Cafe, Key West Adventures and more, El Mesón de Pepe, Beach Weekend Key West, Bourbon Street Pub, and Fair Villa Sexy Things. We'll take one more time out. When we come back, we'll put a wrap on day 2. We'll let you know all the things going on and get you all ready to go for the big Duval Street party tonight, the big concert tomorrow, and race day on Sunday, the final day of racing here in Key West. We're back right after this here on your home of the 42nd Annual World Championship Offshore Powerboat Races. That's us, The Zone, 97.7 WAVK.